Isonzo, the latest in a series of the 3 historical first-person shooter games, set in the First World War, developed by indie studio Black Mill Games. I have already played more than 25 hours of this game and have no intention of slowing down anytime soon, as it is one of the best hardcore first-person shooters I have played to date, but let's just dive on in and review this bad boy. So for a start, this game is very much like the 2 early entries in the franchise, Tenorback and Verdun. In fact, I would say that gameplay-wise they are pretty much identical, just that Isonzo learned from their development, so it is the smoothest experience at launch thus. For these games are historically authentic massive warfare games, set in the very specific theater of the Great War. And Isonzo's latest entry, and the topic of this video focuses on the Italian front, more specifically the 20 battles over the Isonzo River fought between the Kingdom of Italy and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The gameplay is simple, each map is a full battle imitating its real-life counterpart. There are 14-man battles with massive maps where one team attacks and the other defends. As the attackers gain ground, the defenders must fall back until they reach the final sector and are eventually defended, or inversely, the defenders can hold the attackers at the first line and never yield an inch as the attackers throw their bodies into the breach. Some maps are steep-pitched mountainous terrain, while some features urban combat in tight dense towns, and most feature extensive iconic trenches for some action-packed never-ending trench warfare, and of course don't forget mustard gas, which can be lobbed at you from both sides and kills very quickly for the soldier not wise enough to don his gun mask. All of this to say that the game has a simple and solid foundations that works very well. It lacks on the polish in refinement of AAA first-person shooter, but offers a far better experience than most indie world titles. I have experienced a few bugs, mainly spawning in at the beginning of the match and being locked inside of a rock or the side of a trench, but a simple dead deploy and I'm freed from my unexpected prison. Other than that, there have been minor connectivity hiccups that have been little more than and onions. Overall, technically speaking, the game has met or exceeded my expectations, being set in the World War I with emphasis on historical authenticity. It is grounded back. There is not a huge variety of weapons, only 2 to 6 per class, but the weapons all work very well from my experience and help to keep the atmosphere very immersive. There are no shake-skinned camouflage patterns, caissons or laser sights on this World War I weapon, just boot blood sweat and oil. You unlock weapons through a slow yet rewarding progression system. In the system you level up your class, and as you level up you unlock class specific challenges. Completing these challenges is straightforward enough. In doing so will unlock weapons, abilities and extra tools and accessories for your soldier. The clothing is all period and nationally accurate, with both the Italian and Austro-Hungarian uniforms being extraordinarily well done. They look very much like the historical photographs and preserved examples you may find online medianly, so in fact, as on one side you will find yourself decked out in mostly bright blue uniforms which stick out like a sore thumb, especially in the game's heavily wooded map, but as that worst uniforms actually worn at the time in this conflict, I love the choice for them, especially when on the other side the shooting is exactly what you would expect from a hardcore FPS game in 2022. Guns are accurate and deadly, but not laser weapons. Bullets take time to travel long distance and drop based on elevations and distances. Well, most weapons do not have optics, forcing most combat to take place very up close and personally every long iron weapon. In the game is a bolt-action rifle making follow-up shoots, difficult to achieve especially if your first button was not well placed. Most long arm weapons also have a beyond, so in the trench, if you get too close it's usually a better idea to attempt a step attack than to risk missing with your only shoot for a second or two. Running is not very fast, and stamina depletes relatively quickly, dropping down to a prone position is not instant, and neither is shuttling your weapon to aim, and if you don't aim, their guns are horribly inaccurate at anything greater than poking distance. All of this makes for tense situations. In the struggle of me versus you when we meet on the battlefield, and meet we shall, as unlike other hardcore shooters, like how let loose, the maps for this game, despite being quite large, are perfectly designed in very big map. So thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel and press like button on this video.